Feel free to step up to the mic if you have any questions.
Okay. I have several questions, so
okay, go ahead.
Follow up after this. But does it require a sensor to use it, or is it available via the camera on a phone, for instance?
We have our own reader.
Okay.
Yeah, verihand is the reader. That's the hardware component of our biometric. So our biometric solution is end-to-end encryption. From our reader, your pure digital ID is encrypted and hashed to our gateway in the blockchain of digital ID. So they need to have a sensor. But if you're, let's say, for example, you're working with an entity or a student of a university using verihand, then your ID is captured or your ID has been created. Now, our technology map gearing toward B2C. In B2C, we have the miniaturized version of this to be placed in front of the cell phone. So, and your question is if this works in camera. No. It is a specialized patented solution that is just reading the vein pattern and other modalities in the hand. As I said, thousands of data points that make it stronger. So once we put that OEM to mobile devices, tablet, cell phone, or IoT devices, you just have to put your hand in a certain distance. You don't have to touch it.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. I have one question. What happens with aging? Does it get affected by aging? And the other question was, for example, with the pandemic, every Face ID device got affected by the use of the mask. Do you think something in the future can affect the recognition of the hand?
Thank you, good question. 2 points, right? One is if aging affects the hand. The good news is our vein pattern, left and right, they are totally different. And it doesn't change from 6 years old to 100 years old based on the research. Okay? So we're riding on that research, okay? So it's there that the vein pattern doesn't change. The best part of our solution is whether your hand is oily, with dirt, callus, it doesn't matter. But try it in fingerprint, it will not work. Try it in palm print, it will not work. Okay? So another question is if that affects in coming times, right? In the advent of AI, in machine learning, they said that, well, let me tell you this. A few years ago, when we are introducing this to Wall Street in New York City, they're saying that our authentication is good, but contactless, they don't pay attention that much. But COVID time, we need a contactless solution. By the COVID, the facial recognition slowed down because of this face shield and face mask. And they said they will discover an AI that will penetrate the face mask. And guess what? Even they penetrated the facial and face mask, still, they are using the facial pattern, which is susceptible for duplication. And throughout the year, as the age goes by and then the technology advances, right now we have the blockchain and soon we will have the quantum technology, it will not change. And the good thing of that is the more population that we are using, we test in our solution, it gets smarter and faster. So as we progress in the technology, our verihand will be more smart and faster and faster solution. So that's why we are so confident in our technology that this is the revolutionary authentication that, based on my topic, revolutionary digital of mankind. For us, this is the solution. This is the new generation for authentication. Question? Yes, sure.
Great presentation, thank you.
Thank you.
The question is, can this technology be adopted for using things other than your hand, maybe your body. As you walk by, things can recognize, not just using facial patterns and recognition, but the underlying vein flow or whatever technologies you are using here today.
Yeah, I've started this research in this venture because my background is more on system administration and password and stuff like that. And then I saw this technology which is very effective in vein pattern. And biometric is part of our body to authenticate who you are. For me, the behavioral biometric, I'm not sure how far they can go for this. Even we have an AI. And as a matter of fact, in Europe, they thought about putting chips in your wrist. That's how invasive, and that shows the need for a strong authentication. But our solution is simple yet very extensive and very secure. You don't have to put chips on your hand. It's not invasive. It's just put your hand over our reader, and you'll be good. I mean, you can transact your business transaction online, and many. If you require authentication, this is the best solution. I think you have a question.
Yeah. Great presentation. My name is Castro, representing Next Reality. My question to you is, what would happen in the case of your hand if you have an injury? If you have an injury or, because the hands are very, you use them for a lot of things and, you tend to get injured on your hand. Will it solve that issue as well?
Yes. As I mentioned earlier, your vein pattern of your left and right hand are different, right? So if you enroll your right hand, you cannot authenticate in the left. If something happened in your right hand, you can enroll your left. Still the same person, right? I have received those questions, several questions before, like the amputees, with disabilities. Those are 1 in a million case. So if they don't have this, both hands, so this solution is not really for them, but definitely there is a special solution for those kind of situation. But yes, even your hand has abrasive in front, callus. If you play golf like me, you have callus. It doesn't matter. But if it's the hand is deformed, then you have the left. Our solution is our verihand solution, our biometric solution, is complementary and supplemental to any biometric modality right now. So if you are currently using fingerprint and you want to validate it, you can use our technology to validate if it is the right person. So through your hand, contactless. Any question? I guess we're okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bernard.